Hello, snakes. My name is Dante, and today it's Podcast Tuesday once again. And we are actually trying new topic for a podcast: five fictional elves that Nissa could beat in a fight, and five fictional elves that could beat Nissa in a fight. So I know this might be like CBR style kind of podcast, but whatever. Let's just dive right in. I mean, we got So we're gonna cover, some elves from Magic and elves of other fictions. Let's just talk about the two Nisa forms we're gonna be discussing in this podcast. So let's start off. We have her base form, the one that where she's basically, an elf in her prime, and and basically this is and before March of the Machines, Nisa is a planeswalker. Everyone knows that. I mean, Nisa literally is an elf planeswalker from Zendikar, and well, she she has the power of of the ley lines of to access the power of an entire plane. Like life force energy. Just like and she is a an animist, so she basically manipulates the powers of elements and elements, wood, plants, everything. I mean, she's just like, and in the past, I mean, it got retconned, but she was, like an elf tribal, like she was like kindred with other elves, like that her power would come from other. I mean, it's not that now she doesn't get help from other elves, but I mean, it's not really in her character. Now her character is more like, you know, life force, mana and stuff. I mean, it's just like so. Yeah, that's basically. So this is Nisa, like for all this time before the Phyrexia stuff, and well, basically after that, after that, she she became a Phyrexian. So as a Phyrexian, um, she she basically, I mean, it she gets corrupted, but I mean, it's not really that she doesn't really get much stronger as a fighter, but like, she basically can corrupt life. Like, in addition to accessing the whole life of a single plane, she can basically like corrupt it as 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 a Phyrexian. So yeah, she can summon elementals like Ashaya. She also woke up like Vitugazi in the Warm Spark, and and also she connects with the ley lines and stuff. I mean, Nisa and Chandra could pair up and basically take down the avatars of Eldrazi and stuff. And well, basically, and she was able to connect with Aver in 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 Avishkar, and well, yeah, just basically, so yeah, she and yeah, just so yeah, and basically, so when so when so yeah, she basically got um corrupted, and yeah, so yeah, basically, Nisa as as a fire Tian can accelerate Realm Breaker to its maximum capacity. So Realm Breaker being, the tree that basically can go into other like can go into other planes, like similar to the world tree, but like the fire Tians use to invade other planes. And then basically, in the aftermath and everything, so she basically uh so when she was connected to Realm Breaker, she could just open up portals on almond paths. And well, basically after that, she got desparked, and but she still has like, I mean, she got desparked, but she still is like in her original form. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, nothing much, but let so since she can connect, with so in her base form, you could say she's like pre-Fire Skin, she's like universal because the plane and Magic the Gathering transcends old spatial dimensions and stuff. And and when she's completed, she could scale like higher as she can control like the realm breaker, and it connects to different planes. But well, let's start off with one elf that she would absolutely decimate in a fight, and that's Freerin. Yeah, Freerin literally stands no chance. So Freerin is just like one is just an elf wizard who knows a lot of spells, and just keeps and just uses spells. I mean, she likes collecting spells like cards, like, I mean, using and honestly, her best feat is in the island level ranges, with her miniature black hole or stuff, and her speed. I mean, she did struggle to hit a hypersonic bird, but there are feats, for her attacks to be like faster than light, but yeah, even if you just maximum highball Freeman and say that black hole is like planetary or something, she's not even laying a single scratch on Nissa. It's not even fair. Like Freeman is getting one shotted and blitzed to oblivion. Like, I mean, I mean, since planeswalkers can traverse planes, and that's like like immeasurable, irrelevant speed feats. So yeah, so yeah, Nisa could just see Freeman as a freaking statue. It's just great. But well, let's just go into one elf. I mean, elves. I'm also including half elves for this podcast because they are technically elves in a sense. But but yeah, this is one elf that would literally destroy Nisa, and that's Freyalise. Freyalise. The thing is, old walkers are much stronger than the newer planeswalkers. So old walkers are basically like near omnipotent near omnipotent beings. So so basically so they were like so freaking overpowered. It creates planes at wills, destroy them, just they even like manipulate like freaking mathematical. I mean, they literally like the authors themselves literally said that they were just like too powerful for them to control. So of course, like inherently, like all the old walkers, especially like Freya, which includes Freya Lees and stuff, is just way stronger than the newer generation of planeswalkers, and of course, planeswalkers after the mending era, that's a pre-mending era, like they like everything was just like smaller, weaker. So like the newer planeswalkers are just like are are weaker, but I mean, but they are still like, but if you take them in reference to other fictional verses, they are still like very powerful. I mean, it's just in terms of magic, like the pre-mending characters would dwarf the post-mending characters. So Freyalise, it would freaking one shot Nissa. I mean, old walkers are like layers into high outerverse. So, like so many, like it's just crazy how strong they are. I mean, you could even argue them above the tiering system, and depending on what tiering system you're using, if it's like versus battles or character stats. But since I'm using Odzizis and some and other wikis, basically I get them at like high out reversal for the old walkers, and the newer ones at like out reversal. But well, let's go to another elf that Nisa could beat. Another one in Magic, which is Tivar. Now Tivar, don't get me wrong, he's actually strong, but not strong enough to beat Nisa. Tivar has shown to be strong enough to fight some Fire Red Siens, and also and he's also the brother of the king, and of Kaldheim, and well, and he's just well, yeah, he's strong, but Nisa would probably beat Tivar based on how Tivar's more like a brawler type of elf, he's more in melee, but but Nisa is like a freaking animist who can control like life in the entire plane. She would probably beat Tivar, but it will of course be a closer fight than freaking Nisa versus Freeman. Like, oh my god, like I don't think Freeman would just fight Nisa. Like of course, chances are since they're all elves, they're gonna be friends. Well, Freya's, maybe I don't know, it's but but yeah, Tivar. And well, Freeman, Freeman. I mean, well, that's basically some so so yeah, Nisa would probably beat Tivar, but but well, let's go into one elf she cannot beat, and that's Fëanor from the Silmarillion. So from Lord of the Rings, Fëanor is like the strongest elf that strong enough to fight Ainurs and he's and Lord of the Rings has like some insane scaling. Like the Ainur can be scaled to out of Versal as they transcend dimensionality, they transcend concepts and basically like and Fëanor scales like to platonic concepts and also has like much better hapses and abilities than Nisa has. So Fëanor would actually beat Nisa in a fight. So yeah, that's basically one elf that Nisa can't beat. There's like one other elf in Lord of the Rings Nisa cannot beat that we'll get to later on in this podcast. Let's go to another elf that Nisa can beat. And I know that Nintendo fans will not like this, but Link. Link, honestly, just put like all the skating, like just take every single game he's in. Like even Smash Bros. Link is not beating Nisa. With Smash Bros. Skating, the absolute highest you can get him is like our reversal, and that's only because of like Pokemon skating. Because the thing is like, because Mario skating, you know if you're going for the Mario manga, like it's not really part of the games, so you can't really use like external for Smash Bros. Skating. And I don't know if you can if it I don't know if you can even use like Smash Bros. Like crossword. It's not the same as like Jump Force, but even then, if you don't like, even if you, but yeah, if you just so that's literally like the absolute highest of high balls that you can give for Link, which is like out of Versal only because of Smash, and that's not enough to beat Nisa because because Link lacks the weapons and and the abilities and stuff to beat Nisa. And if you don't want to consider Smash and composite, and you're only taking Legend of Zelda games and the Legend of Zelda products and stuff, bro's like universal at best. Like once again, not even laying a single scratch on Nisa. It's just crazy. Like how like I literally had to research like so many elves across fiction to see which one could actually beat Nisa in a fight, but because most of them just get one shotted or blitzed and stuff. I mean, there is near the end, near the end of the podcast, there will be two debatable matchups. I mean, matchups that could actually go either way. So yeah, but this one is a one-sided matchup in favor of Nisa. Can get a bit closer if you use crossovers, but nah, I don't know, man. Let's go to one that Nisa can't beat, and that's freaking Vivek. I mean, Elder Scrolls gods are freaking another level. I mean, it's like, I mean, Vivek, you could count Vivek as an elf, especially, because, I mean, even though he's a god, just because, well, he's worshipped by elves and stuff, and just Elder Scrolls in general is just absolutely bonkers. Like, if you want to pair up, like, with the high tiers of Elder Scrolls, like, you need, like, pre-mending era characters, maybe even, like, Dungeons and Dragons characters, because Dungeons and Dragons have, like, some absolute bonkers scaling as well. I mean, it's just, but yeah, Vivek would probably could just kill Nisa just by breathing. I mean, not really. They don't really like Vivek doesn't really need to breathe, but just you get the point. Just Nisa gets one shotted. So yeah, that's basically a third elf that can beat Nisa. So yeah, that's basically. Now let's go into a fourth elf that Nisa could beat in a fight, and that's Legolas. So Legolas, honestly, he's just like from what I've seen, he's just an archer. So honestly, um, Nisa could just destroy Legolas, and if I just trap him in freaking vines and stuff, and it's just unfair, man. I mean, so yeah, so yeah, just even though Lord of the Rings is still a strong verse, Legolas just probably can't beat Nisa. So yeah, that's basically one elf that Nisa can beat. But there's still another one that Nisa can't beat. And that's none other than Glorfindel. So Glorfindel, just like Feanor, is a really powerful elf from Lord of the Rings, with magics and powers and stuff that matches Ainur and some and the like the high tiers of Lord of the Rings. So Nisa probably just gets outtasked. Like you could argue Nisa overpowering and like in attack potency wise and stuff, especially if you're going with the Fire version of her. But Glorfindel would probably still win. I mean, that's like the last matchups are debatable matchups. I mean, of course, or the Lord of the Rings characters. I'm taking the book versions of them. The Silmarillion and stuff. So yeah, because if you're using like the movie scaling, that yeah, they're or the show, like they just stand no chance. But of course we're taking the books into account. So yeah. Now let's go for the last elf that Nisa might be able to beat in a fight, and that's Galadriel. So Galadriel is a very powerful elf, from Lord of the Rings, she can resist, the temptation of the ring. She can resist, Sauron and yeah, I mean, like honestly, Galadriel could likely beat a base Nissa, and she could actually resist completion from Phyrexian Nissa. But I do believe Phyrexian Nissa would outscale Galadriel. Maybe base Nissa could lose this. It is possible, but Phyrexian Nissa likely takes the edge over Galadriel. I mean, this is basically one of the two debatable matchups. One debatable matchup where she wins, and one debatable matchup where she loses. So this is one that she probably wins more times than not. That's basically my my reasoning behind this matchup. So yeah, that's basically Galadriel. Just and likely cannot beat. Well, we just don't know much. It's Marhold Elves Dragon. So from the pre-mending era as well. I mean, just not a planeswalker or anything, but he was, like a general that was loyal to Nicol Bolas. I mean, you like we don't know much if he's powerful or not, like physically or in terms of hats and abilities and stuff. But if Elves Dragon can match up to a few of the old walkers, I mean, maybe he could win over Nisa, but we just don't know much. I mean, pre-mending era planeswalkers and just characters in general are just built different. I mean, but I don't know if Elves Dragon has the scaling, to some of the pre-mending era characters, like pre-mending planeswalkers and stuff. But I'm just saying that if he does, then Nisa will lose. Also, he's a half elf actually. He's not not exact fully an elf. I mean, he's just one of two half elves I've included in this podcast. The other one being Freyrdis, who is actually like half elf. So yeah, just honestly, that's basically my opinion. Please don't attack me in the comments. Maybe, but there's, I mean, but yeah, if you want to share your opinions on which of these would win, which of these would lose, just let me know. Also, which planeswalker should be next? I mean, I'm maybe doing, more of this type of podcast on who would win, like involving different planeswalkers. But yeah, that's basically the end of the podcast. So congratulations, you've reached the end of the podcast. So why don't you like and subscribe and follow me, enjoy, share friends, stay tuned to next videos, streams, and podcasts. Podcasts will be live every Tuesday 4:30 GMT, so stay tuned to them. Watch my other videos too. And I'm probably going to be streaming tomorrow, so please don't miss it out. But other than that, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and bye.